I have visited Thailand several times since 2002. This video shows you some of the activities, places, and shows that I have seen. After clearing the airport immigration around 2 a.m., I headed to watch the sun come up at Wat Arun and see the passengers disembark from the ferry boat. It was then on to the Nana SkyTrain stop where I saw these dancers. One was a night reveler and the other a street-side vendor who had just closed up her cafe. In Bangkok, we visited the Siam Niramit, which is a 2,000-seat theater that has one of the world's largest stage productions, traditional Thai village, and elephant show. Street flooding throughout Bangkok is common after heavy rains. I was there in 2011 when the flooding throughout Thailand ruined the rice crops and inundated Bangkok like never before, as some of the dikes along the Chao Phraya failed. In addition to the SkyTrain and underground metro, canal boats provide locals and tourists easy and cheap ways to avoid the overcrowded street traffic. The Chao Phraya ferry costs less than 50 cents for an enjoyable scenic view of Bangkok, with stops near Wat Arun, Wat Po, and the Royal Palace. Wat Po has the largest reclining Buddha in Bangkok and the largest collection of Buddha images in Thailand. The famous Wat Po massage school and traditional Thai medicine is also found on these grounds. The Thonburi Canal is on the west side of Bangkok, where I took a longboat up it for about 45 minutes. In return, I took a speedboat that gave me a bone-jarring ride back to the ferryboat landing along the Chiang Rai River.
Market, and Mo Chip's the station. Here's what the traffic on a Sunday looks like. Imagine what it looks like on a work day.
A visit to Bangkok is incomplete without a stroll through the Chatuchak Market. It's open on Saturdays and Sundays and is easily reached by SkyTrain at the Mo Chit station. It is one of the largest open markets in the world. It is a shopper and foodie's delight in wandering through the crowded aisleways and outside roadways. I found these monk bowl makers along one of the canals. He is one of the few remaining monk bowl makers in Bangkok. After trying my hand at pounding out a bowl, I ended up buying one, just for decoration and not for collecting offerings. The Irwan Hindu Shrine is next to the Grand Hyatt, where some offerings include funds for these dancers. It has been destroyed and rebuilt, a focal point of government demonstrations, and recently a terrorist bombing that killed 20, injured 120, and slightly damaged the shrine. Some say it is spiritual overcrowding, and others believe the site carries long-standing and potentially conflicting supernatural powers. You decide. All along the SkyTrain route, I found these huge high-end multi-storied shopping malls. In addition to all the exclusive brand stores, they also contain exotic and high-performance car showrooms. They also have quality food courts and restaurants, not your street-side cafes found along all of the streets in Bangkok. Khao San Road became the backpackers' go-to place after the novel and movie The Beach were released. Thais used to call this Frang Si Nok, stingy foreigner. Recently, boutique hotels are replacing the backpacker flophouses. Crowded Chinatown is just south of Khao San Road. The goods sold in its crowded, narrow alleyways are similar to that found in the weekend market. With a 2-hour 50-baht bus ride from Bangkok, I arrived late afternoon in Damayon Sanduk.
Okay, we're going into the canal now.
The following morning, I rented this small motorboat and cruised through the Damayon Sanduk floating market early in the morning before the tour buses showed up. Here is the boat captain who took me around the market for about 4 hours at a cost of 300 baht.
I like your bananas. No more. Hello.
There's the tourists on the bridge and in the water.
I'm taking a little mango break thanks to this vendor and her little girl. Phi is the departure point for boats heading to Samet Island. Most of it is a national park. The buses from the Bangkok Ekamai bus station take from 3 to 4 hours and cost 155 baht, which included a round-trip ticket on the slow ferry boats.
Okay, this is the Samet Pier, letting off all the tourists. The Hadsakui Resort Beach. All kinds of bungalows along here.
These are the beaches on the more populated east side of the island. The larger ones cater to large tour groups. Many are from China. The mermaid and flute player here and the giant female sculpture at the end of the main dock are characters in a famous Thai poem written in the 1800s. The setting for the poem is this island, Koh Samet. As you continue down the eastern shore, there are smaller and cheaper resorts and bungalows.
Okay, here are the Putsa bungalows I stayed at. And then here's the beach, this white sand beach.
My favorite is the Ao Pudza, where I usually get a bungalow right on the beach walkway and steps from their beachside restaurant. The cost with a multi-day discount has been about 700 baht for the past several years. It is a fan only, and more recently they have added hot water to their showers.
Lots of beautiful white sand beaches like this all along this side of Koh Samet.
What's a beachside resort without the nightly fire dancers?
This is Ao Nuon. They've got one little resort here. In the tree line, they've got the little bungalows. You can see it's basically a empty beach. Beautiful blue-green waters. And
Here are a number of beaches I traveled to as I headed south with my 200 baht per day motor scooter.
Duong Beach, they say is really crowded, but doesn't seem too bad. Okay, this features the Candlelight Resort at Ayuthaya Beach. Here's the Luang Dam, a little eating place right there. And then here's the tree house up on the top there. The Luang Dam Resort, the ferry boat. They actually have a dock of sorts. These beautiful resorts all along the way, and cabins, bungalows. This is the Sametville Resort down south. It's a beautiful beach. Koh Samet Island. Ferry boats are loading up and unloading as we're backing out. This is the port of Phi, which is the end of the ride from Koh Samet.
Ever since servicemen started arriving in the 1960s for some R&R from the Vietnam War, Pattaya has gained the reputation as being the sex capital of Thailand, if not the world. The streets and alleys are lined with restaurants, beer bars, go-go clubs, and massage parlors. The workers wearing numbers can be your, quote, friend for an hour, the night, and sometimes a lifetime after paying a bar fine of from 300 to 500 baht to the bar or club. Some of the beer bar areas have one of these Muay Thai boxing rings where they have nightly shows. This one's a knockout.
Okay, this is Pattaya Beach. They got all the awnings and umbrellas up and beach chairs. And then they got all sorts of water sports.
Here's a monk on his way to a celebration. Chang Island is along the far east border of Thailand with Cambodia. It was a 5-hour, 250 baht bus ride from Bangkok to Surat and another 30-minute Songtag, costing 50 baht to the ferry dock. From there, the ferry was another 50 baht for a 40-minute voyage to the island. I stayed at the popular backpacker treehouse cottages on the west side of Koh Chang. Some of its features included a restaurant that is on a dock over the water, showers that use buckets of cold water drawn from a large tub, and beachside huts. Some are surrounded by water at high tide. Once again, I enjoyed the beach fire dance performers. When it rains in Thailand, it really rains. After wrapping my wallet in a plastic bag, I continued on my rented motor scooter back to the treehouse cottages, which were over an hour away. Although I was soaked to the skin as I made my way in the downpour, within a half hour the rain stopped. I toured some villages on the way and my clothes were almost dry by the time I made it back. I enjoyed visiting one of the many refreshing waterfalls on Koh Chang. The scenery and islands surrounding Krabi are among my favorite places to visit. This fleet of long-tail boats are waiting to take tourists out to the surrounding islands. I especially enjoy going on the 4-island speedboat tours that cost about 1,200 baht, which includes snorkeling gear and lunch at the Phi Phi Island restaurant or a beach buffet on Pota Island. Here is the island where the movie The Beach was filmed. It's one of the most popular tourist spots on the 4-island cruise. Here is one of our snorkeling spots teeming with colorful fish. Chicken Island gets its name from the Chicken Head rock formation. On this tour, we stopped for a beach blanket lunch on Pota Island. Railay Beach is just a short, long-tail ride from Krabi and is surrounded by limestone karsts where you can see rock climbers challenging these cliffs. The beach is a beautiful setting as well, with its white sand beaches surrounded by these dramatic crags. Phuket is the largest island in Thailand. It has many white sand beaches, and this is the most popular beach at Patong. From Phuket, I took another boat tour to the Lat Yai Caves, where we took canoes to explore these sea caves. We then went to the James Bond Island, which was named after it was featured in the James Bond movie, Man with the Golden Gun. We walked around the fishing village of Panyi, which is locally known as Muslim Island. A beautiful mosque is located here to support the Muslims. While fishing is their mainstay, they do make a lot of money from tourists who buy souvenirs and eat at their large restaurants. No alcohol served on this Muslim enclave, though. I took in a traditional Thai village tour, which included this ox cart ride and opportunities to ride and feed elephants. We stop at a jewelry factory. I'm sure the tour operator gets a commission on any sales from his group. While not as frenetic as Pattaya, Patong has its fair share of nightlife activities, including the always popular LadyBoy shows, where some of the performers are more beautiful than many women.
My lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me.
I was at the 2005 Loy Katong festival in Patong late November, just before a year after the 2004 Boxing Day tsunami that killed 8,000 people in Thailand who were along the affected shoreline. It was a more somber celebration, and most of the floating banana leaf offerings set in the sea and lanterns lofted above were in remembrance of friends and relatives that were lost the year before. Here are some scenes from the Phuket Fantasy, located on 140 acres, and include an elaborate show that includes 44 elephants and a 4,000-seat restaurant and showroom. There's also a village area of activities and performers to view before the show. It was a 4-hour tour that included transportation from your lodgings for a cost of 2,200 baht.
Okay, this is the market. There's a vegetable area in front. Flowers in the back.
The Phuket Vegetarian Festival takes place on the first 9 days of the 9th lunar month of the Chinese calendar, around the end of October to November. Worshippers abstain from meat, dairy, and alcohol. It is marked by daily processions of mediums, Ma Song, who have brought the 9 Taoist deities to earth by entering a trance state, piercing their cheeks and other places, or flagellating themselves, causing bleeding. They stop along the parade route where shop owners have set up altars of offerings. In return, the Ma Songs bless the owners and their homes and shops. This fellow, wrapped in barbed wire, gave me an apple offering. The parade is accompanied by hand-carried carriages containing emperor gods that are inundated by so many firecrackers you cannot see the carriage. The noise is supposed to scare off the evil spirits. Masangs and their retinues enter the temples for purification.
Magnua Shrine that I just filmed.
The Masangs usually enter the temples to remove the piercings. After removing the piercings, some fall out of their trance and fall into others' arms. Others just bleed. These Masangs stopped at a nearby park before going off to their respective temples. Some had their piercings removed here because it was an auspicious place.
Okay, here's where the coals are, where they're going to do the fire.
In addition to fire walking, some devotees do bladed ladder climbing. When traveling to Koh Samui, I sometimes took the train to Surat Thani, a minibus to the ferry boat landing, and then a ferry boat to Koh Samui. It is quite an adventure compared to simply flying from Bangkok to Koh Samui on one of the low-cost airlines at a cost of $50. I always stay at the quieter beach area of Hat Lamai when I am on Koh Samui. My favorite place to stay is the Coconut Beach Resort, where they have beachside cottages with fan and now hot water.
By the rocks last night at the Paradise Bungalow, and now I'm staying at this other one right here. You know, just pan up, and you can see you got massage people, tourists, and then I'll walk toward my bungalow. It's right on the beach. Oh, I'll pan this way first. Down the beach, Hat Lamai. It's just a beautiful day. Coconut bungalows. This is the overlook near Koh Samui, looking at Chawang Beach, north there, going up that way.
I enjoy renting motor scooters when I'm on the Thai islands. It allows me to easily see other parts of the islands on my own, as I am now doing on Koh Samui. The Wat Phra Yai Buddha is 12 meters high, with two Nagas running down the staircase.
This is Big Buddha.
Hat Lamai has a Muay Thai boxing ring, and these two women have entered the ring.
got to play both those. We'll sail like a dollar sex bomb, you're a sex bomb. You can give it to me when I need to climb along. Sex bomb, you're a sex bomb. And baby, you can turn me on. Sex bomb, you're a sex bomb. You can give it to me when I need to climb along. Sex bomb, you're a sex bomb. And baby, you can turn me on.
Then she lit the candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridors. I could hear them say, welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, a lovely place, such a lovely place. Lady rooms at the Hotel California. Anytime of years,
Anytime of year,
you can find it here.
From Luang Prabang to the Wai Chai border crossing to Thailand, the ferry boats stop in Pak Beng for an overnight stay.
Hua Hin Beach, halfway between the Hilton Hotel and the Hyatt. In south, back toward the Hyatt. And you can see they got the cabanas, and here comes a little salesperson. This is where all the rocks are, and how the city got its name. Hua Hin means round rocks in the sea. And the Thais, they like to go swimming with their clothes on. Okay, here's the train bound for Bangkok. It's about 40 minutes late. Okay, this is in Ayuthaya. And I'm at the restaurant where I'm at the hotel. Barge, big barge going by. There's the bridge I came over. And here's the restaurant. And here's a Buddha that's been kind of dissolved. Ayuthaya.
This tree-enclosed Buddha is one of the most famous in the world.
Everything's pretty precarious here. The lions. And then there's a large meeting hall. It's kind of overgrown. Look. And now I'm just panning around. The grounds. The big spires. Okay, this little baby's 3 days old.
I love seeing these Buddha silhouettes as the sun sets while leaving Ayuthaya. I really enjoy train travel, and this ride from Bangkok to Chiang Mai is no exception. You have a choice of riding it during the day, miles and miles of rice fields to see, or during the night for a morning arrival in Chiang Mai. I enjoy staying in the walled old city, usually at Gap's house, just inside the eastern gate. At over 1,000-foot elevation, Chiang Mai is cooler and less frenetic than Bangkok. The old city is a good walkabout place with many Wat temples, narrow streets and alleyways that have many things to buy, see, and do, including museums, cooking schools, shops, spas, and several night markets, as well as entertainment. It is convenient to visit the Wat Phra Singh temple, which is at the end of the road that has the Sunday night market. Here are some different entertainers found along the nearby Sunday night market. No large city in Thailand would be complete unless they had their own permanent LadyBoy show, playing the same kind of songs as found elsewhere.
When you're the one who's right, you know me with the vibe, you think I come more. You think I'll think I'm alive. Oh no, not higher, I will survive.
Lots of feathered costumes and attitude are on display here. The star of the show enjoys a photo with me. A 50 baht token of appreciation paved the way. This tuk-tuk gets me to the bus station for a 3-hour, 200-kilometer ride to Chiang Rai at a cost of 200 baht, a twisty mountain road.
Beautiful grounds. This is the Wat Krau Cow in Chiang Rai. There's Dagong. Beautiful bamboo forest. And there go a second group of tourists on the little tricycles.
I signed up for a 2-day trek which cost 1,800 baht and spent the night with the Lulau tribe along with other travelers from Germany, Denmark, and Japan. We first took a long-tail boat up the river for about an hour to an elephant camp, where I and Shinga from Japan took our 1-hour elephant ride for an extra 180 baht.
We're coming back into the elephant camp where we left our boat.
After a short jitney ride, we began our trek through a Karen village to the Lalu village some 3 hours later. It was a hot, sweaty uphill climb. Along the way, we encountered some of the slash and burn agriculture practiced by these hill tribes. Notice the smoke-filled sky as we hiked along the way to the camp. We enjoyed this rest stop by the refreshing waterfall. Here is our tourist hut where we will spend the night, have dinner, and be entertained by the local Lalu villagers. This rooster our guide is holding will be our dinner. The villagers have set out their crafts and jewelry for sale. I still have the embroidered belt I bought there. This is one of the few villagers who is wearing some traditional garb. Most of the others wear what looks like Goodwill hand-me-downs. On our way out of the village, we come across some more slash-and-burn agriculture. I enjoyed a refreshing dip in these hot springs at the end of our Hill Tribe trek.